Here's Cathie Wood on her favorite topics: Elon Musk, robotaxis, and humanoid robots. Check this one out, it's a gem.
Tesla holding its annual meeting today. We are awaiting results on the shareholder vote on Elon Musk's pay package. And joining us right now, first on CNBC, is ARK Invest CIO and CEO Cathie Wood. Good morning to you. We are awaiting these results. I don't know if it's a foregone conclusion. If you look at some of the betting markets, whether it's Kalshi or Poly Market, it's like a 90+% chance that Elon Musk's pay package is approved. Obviously, that still means that there's a 10% chance it isn't. If, in fact, it isn't, what do you think actually would happen?
Andrew, I don't know. Now that the prediction markets are where they are, we're not thinking about that. We're on to, okay, once they're done with, or once they've launched robotaxis, how long will it take to launch and scale humanoid robots? So it's a very big story run by the most productive human being and visionary human being on Earth. So we think he deserves this pay package. And if he delivers 41% compound annual rate of EBITDA growth, so that's bottom line, for the next 10 years, that will put Tesla in rarefied territory. Right. Never has a company anywhere near this size done anything like that. And that
Amen.
will bring a lot of other people along.
Amen. I find the argument against the package. I mean, look, I understand why people don't like the package. There are people who feel that they're being held hostage, and I get that. But the truth is he will not get paid unless they get paid. And so I've been surprised. Have you talked to actually any of the governance firms like ISS or Glass Lewis or any of these pension funds that have been raising red flags?
No, I haven't. I do think, we don't think ISS and Glass Lewis are doing the right kind of research to understand, to put into perspective what this company is doing, and therefore what a compensation scheme should look like, actually. Pay for performance, align company management with shareholders long term. Right now we have shareholders very short-term focused, and that has made management teams very short-term focused, and it's a big problem for this market. Tesla's doing things the right way, and I think this is a very important vote.
When you look at the valuation of Tesla and just your projections for the company, how much of the math for you is about robotaxis versus humanoid robots and whatever else comes after that?
Right. Well, so we have a 2030 price target of, it's published, it's out there, 2,600. Hasn't changed in quite some time. 90% of that valuation is a function of robotaxis. We have very little for humanoid robots, and we're doing the research right now to understand how difficult it will be to scale humanoid robots. The problem, or the humanoid robot problem, complexity, is multiples of robotaxis. Now, we think Tesla is in the best position because it's already a robotics, energy storage, and AI company with robotaxis. So it's a good part of the way there, much further than most companies, I would say. And so we have very little in that 2,600 for humanoid robots. To the extent humanoid robots evolve faster than we're expecting, then that price target goes up.
Cathie Wood's 2,600 Tesla price target for 2030 puts 90% of the value on robotaxis alone, with almost nothing for humanoid robots. But Cathie says robots are multiple times harder than autonomous driving, which is why Tesla, being arguably furthest ahead on both, gives them massive upside opportunity. 90% of Tesla's 2,600 price target is based purely on robotaxi succeeding, with almost no value assigned to humanoid robots, meaning the autonomous vehicle business alone justifies a 5x stock increase if executed properly. This is incredibly bullish on robotaxis specifically because it means Cathie thinks autonomous ride-hailing alone can drive Tesla's market cap to roughly $8 to $9 trillion by 2030. That's concentrated conviction that robotaxis fundamentally work and scale profitably. I am in that camp too. But think about what that 90% weighting means. If humanoid robots fail completely, if energy storage disappoints, and if vehicle sales stagnate, Tesla still hits 2,600 in Cathie's model purely on robotaxi success. That's how transformational she thinks autonomous ride-hailing is to Tesla's business model. It's not a side bet or optionality, it is her core thesis in Tesla moving forward. And the very little for humanoid robots caveat is important because it shows how Cathie is thinking. Cathie isn't just piling every possible Tesla revenue stream into her model to justify a bigger number, she's just saying that the robots are too uncertain to meaningfully value right now. That makes the robotaxi valuation more credible because she's being conservative on other line items. This also explains why the robotaxi timeline matters so much to Tesla stock. If the robotaxi launch maintains its success and they successfully hit scale in 2027 or 2028, Cathie's 2,600 target becomes very achievable. If they're delayed to 2030 or beyond, that valuation becomes much harder to hit. But one thing which I think is interesting is to the extent humanoid robots evolve faster than Cathie's expecting, then that price target could go up. Cathie's saying 2,600 is the base case with robots contributing almost nothing. If robots actually scale successfully, that target could likely be higher. Onto humanoid robots, they are, as Cathie says, multiple times harder to solve than robotaxis. But Tesla is in the best position because they've already built the robotics, AI, and energy infrastructure when they were solving autonomous driving. Cathie said the humanoid robot problem complexity is multiples of robotaxis, but Tesla is in the best position. The multiples of robotaxi complexity claim is important because autonomous driving is already incredibly hard. Tesla has been working on it for over a decade, with some of the best engineers in the world working on it and billions in investment. If humanoid robots are multiple times harder than that, it shows why Cathie can't confidently value them yet. The risk of including them in a model is too high. Think about what makes robotaxis hard. Computer vision in constantly changing environments, prediction of human and vehicle behavior, path planning around obstacles, handling edge cases safely. Now think about what humanoid robots add. Manipulation of its own hands, bipedal balance on uneven surfaces, fine motor control for assembly tasks, physical interaction with unpredictable environments. Each of those on its own is a hard problem, and each one of those additional complexity compounds the size of this problem. But here's why Tesla's position matters. They've already solved many of the foundational problems. Computer vision systems that understand 3D environments. Tesla has that from autonomous driving. AI inference running efficiently on edge devices. They've optimized that for cars. Training systems on massive real-world datasets. They do that continuously with fleet data now. And then manufacturing complex machinery at scale. That's one of their core competencies. Cathie's point about Tesla already being a robotics, energy storage, and AI company captures the technology stack overlap here. A humanoid robot needs powerful compact batteries. Tesla's already great at these. Efficient electrical motors. Tesla literally has had decades of experience here. AI for perception and planning. Tesla is training on billions of miles of data right now and manufacturing at scale. If you compare that to other competitors like Figure AI, for example, they're solving humanoid robots from scratch, building new battery systems, new motor designs, new AI training infrastructure, new manufacturing processes. Tesla can leverage existing technology and expertise across all of those domains, which is a head start even if the robot-specific problem is harder. The manufacturing scaling point is often overlooked. Even if you solve the AI and hardware for humanoid problems, both of which are very difficult problems, you then need to manufacture hundreds of thousands and ultimately millions of units at acceptable cost and quality. Tesla manufactures 2 million complex vehicles, which you could consider as robots, already annually with thousands of parts. That manufacturing expertise is directly relevant to robot production in ways it wouldn't be for a pure software company trying to enter robotics. So while Cathie correctly identifies that humanoid robots are multiple times harder than robotaxis, Tesla's positioning means they have the best shot at solving those harder problems. The technical building blocks exist, the infrastructure is in place, and the investment is happening anyway for autonomous vehicles. That's why robots represent pure optionality rather than requiring separate validation of the investment thesis.